Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1. Today I'm going to talk about helmets and try to answer the question, do preppers or do survivalists need some type of ballistic helmet or some type of helmet to protect your head? Now, most people wear helmets in their everyday life. If you work construction, you have a hard hat. If you're a firefighter, you definitely wear a fireman's hat to protect yourself. If you ride a motorcycle or a four-wheeler or anything like that, you should wear a helmet at all times to protect your head. And the list goes on and on. People wear helmets to protect their heads. We wear helmets right now, and we have this awesome medical service. We have EMS, we got a hospital system, but we still wear helmets. I think we should wear helmets in a raw situation to protect our heads, because there will be no medical services, and a slight injury could be a death sentence to you. Now, let me preface that by saying, if you're a new prepper, you don't need to run out and buy a helmet. You have a million other things to acquire and a million other skills to learn. You need water, you need food, you need shelter, you need some way to cook. There's a lot of things you need before you need a helmet. But a helmet is something that can be very useful. Even if it's just a helmet, like a hockey helmet to protect your head from getting smacked around. Let's say you're bugging out and you're going on foot. No, I wouldn't recommend a heavy helmet. If you are driving in a vehicle and you definitely have to go cross country and it could be off-road travel, definitely good idea to have a helmet in there. I used a helmet in the military, and yes, it gave ballistic protection and shrapnel protection, but you used it every day, getting in and out of vehicles. If you're doing any type of urban warfare training, going in windows, in doorways, going around a lot of trash, you're falling down, especially if you're operating at nighttime. You're walking at night, you're going to fall down. It's hard not to. You're going to trip, you're going to stumble, and you're going to hit your head. That helmet is very useful to protect you from concussions and other head injuries. If you get a concussion or a head injury in a raw situation, you're probably not going to do as well, because you're going to be out of commission for a while, and your family, your friends, your community is going to be counting on you. You're not going to be there. So helmets are useful. Let's go over a few things on helmets. This is one of the earlier helmets. This is the personal armor system for ground troops. I wore this for forever, and then we got it replaced by the Mich Helmet. Let me tell you a few things about this helmet. This helmet does offer some ballistic protection, and it definitely offers a lot of protection from just everyday smacking your head. Very useful. The system to hold it on your head, this is the headband, and it would go on your head. It's not that comfortable, but it does do the job. There is a donut in here, if you can see. It's just a piece of foam. These were bought, but you can make one. And this lets it rest on your head, and it definitely softens the impact of that sitting on your head. It's very helpful. If you have one of those, I would recommend getting this or just cutting something, any type of padding, because it definitely hurts after a while. The chin strap is just a single chin strap. So it does hold it, but not as securely as the newer models that are coming out. Offers ballistic protection. The price range on these, anywhere from, I have purchased them as low as 20 bucks, but now they're getting a little bit more harder to find. When they discontinued these and came out with the Mich Helmet, you could get them a little cheaper, but these things were anywhere from 40 or 50 bucks. The Army has come up with a new helmet. It's called the Mich. I've taken all of the harness out so you can see it. This is very adjustable. These can be moved around, can fit your head. If you got a larger head or your head is not shaped perfect, you can adjust all these pads in there to make a comfortable fit. So they're velcroed in and they're adjustable, and it is much helpful. These things are basically about the same. There's a few changes. This one has more of a brim on the front than this one. This one comes down farther on your ears. But basically they're about the same. This one is a little bit heavier, the older one. And the newer model does have a little bit more ballistic protection than the older one. But basically they're about the same, but this one by far, the new one, is a lot more comfortable. Extreme amount. This is the new model. And it has the harness system that works a lot better. It holds it in the back of the head, and it also holds it on the chin. So it's a lot. It's very secure to your head. Now we have goggles on the front. Eye protection is a must. They're probably more important. Eye protection is probably more important than your head. Just because you get one slight object in your eye, you are definitely out of commission. On the back of these, you might see these tabs. These tabs are to hold. They just snap in. They're to hold your goggles on. The problem is, anytime you're doing anything and things aren't tied down to your body where they're not going to fall off, you're going to lose them. You could be going through the woods and you're not using your goggles right now, and you hit a tree branch or something and it falls off. You're walking, you're never going to hear it fall on the ground. You're going to lose your goggles. As preppers, we can't afford to lose anything. If we're using our things, it's probably there's no definitely no military supply train supplying us, and there's probably not a supply train or a supply warehouse like a Walmart that we can just go buy and replace it. So whatever we have to safeguard and make sure we don't lose. And doing some simple things. If you don't have these nice tabs and you have a helmet, some 550 cord, anything, so if this falls off, it's not going to go far. So this is the Mich Helmet. These run anywhere from, it depends on your source, $45 to $100. A little bit more if you get on the internet, you can spend a lot more. But if you can find a good surplus guy, hopefully you can look around and find them for 50 bucks. Yes, you're going to have to look hard, but I would recommend this a lot more over the older one. A lot more comfortable, more ballistic protection. Definitely much better. I like having everyone in a helmet for a few reasons. First of all, it's very intimidating if you saw 10 or 12 guys pretty much dressed the same with the same weapon system in K-pots. It has an intimidating factor. It makes the guy definitely look bigger because of the helmet sticking up. And it just definitely demands, say, hey, who are those guys? People think, say, who are those guys? Legitimate military, legitimate law enforcement? So you're putting a doubt in someone's head that could buy you a second or a few more seconds of, hey, who are those people? And it could be to your advantage. I also like the helmet. We are stripping off all of the covers. That's the camo cover. It comes right off. The reason is a lot of guys buy them. They might get the BDUs, or the Desert, the new. There's all kinds of covers. So your SOP might be take your cover off and everybody paint it green. That's what we do. We paint it green, and that's helpful for a few reasons. If you see a bunch of people, and these people could be at 50 yards, 100 yards, 150 yards, you might not be able to identify who they are. But if you can see their helmet and say, hey, that's a K-pot, so there is a chance they're with you, and then you say, hey, it's green. Or if you're out in Arizona or the desert, you might have a tan, whatever color suits your environment. It does help to identify people. Now, if I'm bugging out on foot, I'm not going to take my K-pot. If I'm bugging out in a vehicle, high possibility I will definitely bring it, just because of the drive. If you had all of a sudden turn off the road real quick and go off-roading, you're going to be throwing around the vehicle, and your passengers might be doing something else. Your passengers might be using a radio on a CB or a ham radio talking, or your passengers might be actively defending your car, shooting out of the windows, shooting out of the back of the pickup truck, and that helmet's going to help them if they get thrown around. They won't have their hands to help stabilize them in that vehicle. If you're in a defensive situation, you're defending a retreat, this is definitely helpful. It will give you some ballistic protection, but it's also going to give you just getting in and out of things. You're going to be hitting your head. If you guys are more going to the sheepdog, you're trying to protect your community, a helmet's going to give you a little bit better chance of survival. And it's all about giving you the best chance of survival. That's buying the best weapon system you can buy, buying as much ammo, networking. All these things will enhance your survivability time. And I truly believe a helmet will. Look around carefully. Don't buy the first one you see. Check it out carefully. Make sure everything's good. Because you don't want to buy a helmet and then realize, oh, I have to buy a $20 brand new harness for it or a chin piece. So check it out good. Remember, if you're a new prepper, this isn't the first thing you need to buy. If you're a seasoned prepper and you're trying to move up and say, hey, what else do I need to enhance my survivability, to give me a combat multiplier, a helmet is definitely something that you need to think about. Thanks for watching.